welcome back with Myrna and Neil in our kitchen.
Thanks for joining us on another ECS Coffee video, where today we're going to review the
5400 series from Philips.
Which is not even on the market yet. We had a little sneak peek at it. We've had it for the weekend, and we thought we'd go over this machine in its entirety, and we're going to make every single drink it makes to show you that.
We'll do that at the end.
Do that at the end, okay. And if you stick around, you'll find out the one thing we don't like about this machine in the lineup, and I'll just go over the lineup very, very quickly. It starts with the 2200, and then there's the 3000 series, the 4000 series, and this is the 5400, which is the top of the line in this range. They all have the same base cabinet, dimensions, same grinder. We'll go over that in a second. The big difference here is the beverage options, the control panel, and some of the finishings on the 5400 are a little bit nicer. So let's go over the basic features that this has, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So Neil's going to measure out the height and width and depth
and
machine.
It'll all be on the screen.
It has a top-loading bean hopper, which holds
250 grams and has 12 adjustment settings.
These UV filter, what's it for?
UV filters because technically, I mean, if you're storing coffee, you shouldn't allow it to be exposed to light, so it helps keep your coffee fresher.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then the bypass valve, where you can put in your decaf if you want.
Yeah, so ground coffee.
Ground coffee. So this has a 1.8 liter water tank, which is front loading, so it's easy to fill without having to pull it out from under your cabinet. It does use AquaClean.
AquaClean.
It uses the AquaClean filtration technology that requires you to change the filter about 8 times, but you can brew 5,000 cups of coffee before you have to descale the entire machine.
Which is great.
Which is great.
That's great. It's very good. So this machine has, as we mentioned, a nice, easy to get to drip tray, and will hold approximately 12 pucks that you can throw right in your compost afterwards. Very environmentally friendly. Before you're going to need to empty that, but it will tell you to do it, and a pretty big drip tray for all the water that goes in there.
This machine comes with Latte Go, which is a 2-part milk container system that has no tubes that you have to worry about cleaning. You just fill it with milk and you're ready to go for all these milk-based drinks that we will show you in a second. It front loads. A little bit flimsy feeling, but
it's not though, really. It feels flimsy, but we've been selling this on the 3000 series, the 3200, and haven't had any problems. So, and when it's not on there, that's your hot water spout.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, there you go. So now we're going to take you through the control panel and the menu, and we're going to make every single beverage for you.
The one thing that I will notice about the 5400 series versus all the other ones, you have the control panel, the icons, are actual pictures of the drinks versus just the, what are those little icons?
Icons, yeah.
So you can actually see what you're making. It looks a little bit more high-end. It lights up. Also, the user profiles are much more on this machine versus the 4300 series.
That's right. So in the higher up you get in the series, the more features you get. So this one has 4 user profiles.
Plus 1 guest profile. Now, why do we need profiles?
Why do we need profiles? Because if I like my lattes a certain way, and you like your lattes a certain way with certain strength features and amount of milk and such, it programs it to your profile. They're not by name, they're by color. So there's I think it's a pink, a blue, a green, and is it a yellow? I'm not quite sure. We'll look at it in a second. And then there's a guest one for when you have guests over. So basically, once the drink is set under that color, it just remembers it for you. So when you go to that profile, you'll know what you're getting each time.
And you get your perfect customized drink. When you have guests come over, they make their own drinks and your profile is not affected whatsoever.
Now, why would you want this machine over the 4300? If you watch this video up here somewhere, you can watch our 4300 video. But this one has a pretty cool feature when it comes to the strength of your coffee, and we'll go through that in a minute when we're making the drinks, that I really like, that's only available on this model.
So the other machines made, the newest one made up to 8 drinks. This one makes up to 12 drinks. Yeah,
4300 does 8, this does 12. That's the big difference in moving up. So if you're looking to make that jump in price point, you're wondering what the difference is, that's the main key difference to that. So do you want to go through the drinks?
Yes, let's make every single drink.
Every single drink, great. So we're going to take you through the main menu on the front screen of the 5400. As Myrna said, it is a color screen. It's the only model that has a color screen. Everything else is either black and white, or it doesn't have, it mostly just laminated stickers. So first of all, we've got our settings. So we've got blue, green, pink, and yellow. Look, I was right. And you can see that it changes to guest when you don't have anything lit up. That way they won't screw up your drinks. We go into our settings menu, and you set up your water hardness, usually 1 time. your standby time to shut the machine off, brightness on the display, whichever language you want. If you like the beeps or not, the temperature, which if we go into, we always want to keep it on high. I don't know why you wouldn't. Product counter, the front illumination, if you want support, factory settings, and the measuring unit, which is basically mils or ounces for our American friends. So at that point, that's pretty much it. You've got all your drinks across the top. You then have your more drinks button, which takes you to your extra 4 beverages. So there you go. So let's get going. We're going to make each one of these drinks. So let's start with the espresso. So we'll press the espresso button. And as you'll notice on the screen, we have our full strength espresso. So we want to have this at the full, and you notice I'm in the blue profile, so we'll save it to there. We're not going to do the extra shot. I'll explain that in a minute. We're going to go over to 1.4 ounces. That's what I like. And we're only going to do 1. We're not going to do 2. If I go up to the 2, it will actually do 2 espressos back to back. It will grind and brew twice. Okay, so we press the start button and off we go. So next up, we're going to do the coffee. I'm going to show you the very neat feature they have on the strength, and it's only available on this model. We'll press coffee, and if you look at a little bean here, this is your strength. As indicated, we can go up or down, but if I go to the very top, it'll say extra shot. And I'm going to keep my volume at 7.4 ounces, which is the max you're going to get, which is not a ton, but for this size of grinder and these machines, that's pretty standard. And of course, we're going to do 1. We're going to hit start. Now, what you'll notice is not only is it saving that recipe in the blue profile, once this coffee does complete its cycle, we're going to get an extra shot of espresso thrown on top. So not only did we go to the maximum in strength, but we said, hey, we want some more caffeine, throw a shot of espresso on top of our coffee. Which I think if you go to the coffee shop, it's either called a red eye or a black eye. I can't remember which one it is, but it's a feature I haven't seen on other machines. I do like this a lot about this machine for those that want that extra kick. So here's our coffee finally done, and that 1 extra shot's going to start after you hear the cycle. Grinding the second time to get those beans done for that extra kick. And coffee with an extra shot is done. Next up's Americano. Americano is traditionally done with a shot of espresso and hot water. We're going to just go with our regular strength. I'm going to keep these kind of short, and we're only going to do 1. There's the espresso shot, and now comes the water. What that noise is the brewer cycling out the coffee, so when the water does come out, you're getting true water. You're not getting additional water running through the coffee, like a true Americano is supposed to be. You notice in the color of the water that it's actually clear. So a real Americano, which not a lot of super automatics do. Next up, we're going to do a cappuccino. So we're going to use the Latte system. Make sure your cup is lined up properly. We're not going to do the extra shot on this. We're going to go back to regular strength. We're going to go over for 1.4 ounces. You know what? Let's make it a 2-ounce espresso shot. And our milk's going to be at 7 ounces total. And off we go. And there's your cappuccino. Next up, latte macchiato. I think up to 11.5 ounces. Maybe not, it's probably a little high for that mug. Well, that is beautiful. Next up, we have cafe au lait. We're gonna keep that nice and simple. Let's do a little more, 4 ounces of milk, and off we're done. Look at this. I might be a convert, that's beautiful. Cafe. Now we're going to the more drinks menu. See what we've got. So we have cafe crema. Let's batter up and see what we get. We're gonna go with okay. And we're gonna keep everything kind of just as it is right now. Short ounce. This is gonna look short in this cup. And we're done, cafe crema. So our last 3 drinks, we're gonna do espresso lungo, ristretto, and then a flat white. We're not gonna do the hot water. So espresso lungo, we want to have strong coffee. We can go up to 6 ounces, and we're only gonna do 1 of these guys, not 2. And as you notice, it's storing the new recipe in our profile. Difference between this and Americano is that this is actually running the water through the existing puck of coffee that was used. Americano is using straight hot water after the espresso shot. And we're done, espresso lungo. We're going to do the ristretto, which is going to be a short espresso, 1 ounce, off we go. And last, we'll actually show you the hot water. You have to remove the Latte Go system to get to the hot water. Just makes it nice and easy. Put your cup over there. Hit okay. We want to have, let's just say we want to have 8.5 ounces, and we want it to be at the hottest temperature possible. And off we go. Actually quite useful for oatmeal as well. The nice part is that it's not contaminated with any coffee residue, as it does come out the spout that's exclusive for the hot water and steam.
Overall, we really love this machine. There is one thing that we didn't like. It wasn't a deal breaker, but we did not like the tank quite so much.
Yeah, it's all these machines have plastic tanks. It's to be expected for the cold water tanks. This one felt a little bit flimsy, but overall not a deal breaker. The machine itself, great price point, great features. It is easy to use, as Myrna has pointed out.
Super easy. Push a button, you're good to go.
Yeah, and for the price step up to this model from the other ones, I think it's worth the money myself. Definitely one that we consider next time we're replacing ours at home.
Can we have it?
One the other one, you know.
Do we have to give it back?
We get to get new ones every once in a while because I own the company, so yay me. So we get to play with all these. But yeah, I would actually consider having this one in our house. It's nice and easy.
Excellent.
So, okay. Anyway, any questions, guys, please feel free to ask below. Give us a like and a subscribe. That would help us out greatly. And if you want to come see these in person, assuming that we're open and not locked down, please pop into one of our stores. I said please pop into one of our stores. You can always visit us online at ecscoffee.com in Burlington or Ancaster, Ontario. Thanks again, and until next time.
Thanks, Neil.
Bye-bye.
Bye.